Let's fight. A very good evening to each and every one of you, wherever you're joining us from around the world tonight. Let's fight. We're happy to be here with all of you guys, fired up and ready to go. Share the live, smash that emoji button. The technicians who are on duty, do let us know if you're hearing us loud and clear. The bell is coming again for you who now joining us. It means to share the live, smash that emoji button, folks. Strap yourselves in. We got a program for you tonight, folks. We got a program for you tonight. Even gonna have a guest dropping by. The secret. I ain't telling you all too. It's a secret, folks. But share the live in the meantime. Smash that emoji button, folks. Smash, 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 smash that emoji button. Protest today with the sugar workers. They're fed up with the PPP. They are absolutely fed up. I see some of them trying with even me. Well, happy for them. Good luck with that, folks. Good luck with that. We got a guest who's going to be dropping by. Ring that bell, folks. Gershom Dowding, Abida Monroe. Good to have each and every one of you here. Sharon Mercurius. Good to have you too, Sharon. And all the other fantastic folks who are joining us, like Robin Ryan, joining us this evening. Good to have you, Robin. And all the others joining us. We're going to have it one more time, folks. One more time for the road. Is that how we can do it? But good to have each and every one of you, wherever you're joining us from this evening. Folks, I see Joyce Pierce is here with us. Yolanda Thomas is here with us as well. And we got Victoria Singh around these parts too. Asquith Schultz is here and Deborah Schultz is here. It's only Schultz tonight, or am I calling a name wrong? Jenny Gordon is here. Derek McCalmont is here as well. And John Baines. Edward Brooms is out here too. We have Beverly and Beryl Crawford, Irvin Don Cook, Asquith, Vesta Hardy, Rajkumar, Stan Bourne is here too. We got Sheena Hazel, folks. Share the live, smash that emoji button. Good to see each and every one of you here. As we said, folks, we got quite a few things to share with you guys tonight. Folks, we got the fight card set, robberies with impunity. Yep. What the police force doing? What is the Minister of Home Affairs doing? We got to revoke his visa there at the Ministry of Home Affairs. We got to revoke that visa because he's only wasting time. That's on the fight card. We can talk about that. Crimes with impunity. Them boys don't care. More carnage on our roads. More carnage. What do you expect? What do you expect? It's crotch. Them boys crotch. And then we can talk a bit about what's happening, folks, in the north. Mitch McConnell. What's happening with our brother from another mother? And folks, you got some cruel parents out there, you know. Got some cruel parents out there. Share that live. Smash that emoji button, good folks. We're fired up. We can tell, and we're ready to go. And we hope it's the same for all of you folks who are now joining us from the various places around the world. Share that live. Smash that emoji button, good folks. Fired up and ready to go. That's some of the things we're covering on the fight card. I don't know about you, but we're fired up and ready to go, and we are ready to let you guys know the opener. The opener. But we understand that some of you slower than others. We understand that some of you are slower than others. And while we wait for some of you, we want to recommend the Alistair Collins Forum, folks. You're looking for a good office, a good team for all the documentation needs. They're right on there, the Callion Mall. We need a good justice of the peace, a good commissioner of votes to affidavits. This is the people you want to make contact with. These are the folks you want to make contact with. And it's good to have all of you folks on the live. Good to have each and every one of you. Good folks, as we say, on the live. How are you guys doing? Do let us know how you all are doing. So many of you on the live tonight. We're giving you guys a quick second to share. Because we want a lot of folks to know about this fantastic form. We use them all the time. We don't recommend people here that we use it. We wouldn't do it to you guys. We wouldn't do it to you guys. Georgia, why you not coming? I got Georgia on my mind tonight. Who vex? Who vex? Georgia says, Sharon, hold on. You went back nowhere yet. We got you. Rock and come in. I want you all know I'm coming to Georgia. And so many folks have reached out. They said they're coming. I want you all to come. Be boots on the ground. Y'all know the PP can affect y'all here. Uncle Sam country is different country. Let me worry about them back home. All right, let me worry about them back home, folks. Y'all make them a study. Don't make them a study, but good to have each and every one of you, as I said, on the live tonight. It's very heartening to see all of you, the various places you all hail from, the various places that you all come from. Rock and come in. All of those folks from Georgia, happy to have you all on the live tonight. Rock and come in. All the good folks from down there in Georgia. Why you're not coming? Who vex? Who vex? I want the people from Georgia know one time. The rest of them, who will know yet, that are coming. Who vex? They say you going no place. They said Parliament is in recess. Where you going? You going back to them crosses? Who got the economy tanking? Who got the sugar workers vex? Is them people? Hold on, child, hold on. Take another day or two. I want the folks from Georgia to know that I'm going to be there in Conyers, Georgia. There is your, just plug it in to your WhatsApp, your fancy thingy, man. Forget the direction. Plug it into your map, folks. Map me, Google Maps, whoever you use, pin it there. That's the address. That's the time from 4 to 8. Folks, I just starting up. The people from Georgia say we want you to come. I say, all right. Just tell me when and where and what time, and I going to show up. They give me the information, and they said, invite as many persons as you want to come. Somebody just as we're coming on, asking me if it's you have to have invitation only. I said, it's a big yet. Invitation only. What? I said, no, you rock and come in. You rock and come in. So, folks, I want to see some of y'all, you know. I want to see some of y'all in the flesh. I've seen a lot of you on the live, but I want to see some of y'all in the flesh. September 16th. That is the date, the time, 4 to 8. Rock and come in anytime thereabout, folks. Lots of folks, as I said, reached out. You don't need an invitation. Maybe. You guys don't need no invitation. And I'm looking forward. This meet and greet with the good folks down there in Georgia. They said the Georgians are unlike anybody else. That's Stacey Abrams' place. It's Stacey Abrams' territory there. So the Georgians are one, y'all. Rock and come in. Looking forward to seeing you guys on that end on the 16th. I see some folks already putting in the comment section. Welcome to Georgia. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you guys so much. I take a bow. It's good to be in your place. I got to see as my Lord, some of my favorite people. Ren McDaly is here. Shannon Mitchell is here. Dennis Booker here. Seto Glycis, Mingo Byrne, Vesta Hardy, Rajkumar, Gil Alicock is here. I see Veronica Primo Rollins. Good to see you, Veronica. Evelina Whitaker. Folks, don't tell me. I went in the backyard. Oh, you should have come and this and that. I want to see you in Georgia because I've got Georgia on my mind. Georgia. The voice was tonight. Georgia. I got Georgia on my mind, folks. Y'all love this politics thing and work out. This politics thing and work out. This show thing and work out. We got to fall back, Fee. Evelina Whitaker. We got to fall back. Renwick, Siobhan, Glenford, Irwin. We got to fall back. Donna George. Donna, thanks for the thing. Bella Boda. Marvin. Let them know we got to fall back. We ain't bad like that. We got to fall back, folks. But before we lose more time, I want you guys to know we got a lot to discuss this evening. We're fired up and we are ready to go. We got a lot. The opener, I want you all to know the cane workers vex. The cane workers are vex with them boys because they're not getting the things that they were promised. And I don't care who votes for who. We're all Guyanese and we're all deserving. And so they've been striking for 16 plus days. Today was one of those days they came down to the city. They were in front of Gawu, calling out the trench crappos in Gawu, the scarecrow, they call out the black belly sheep in Gawu. And then they were down there in front of the office of the president. But in front of the office of the president, who you think they're calling out? Who you think they're calling out? Pull animal from the call, the catfish. From there, obviously the president. We caught up with some of them, and we also saw leader of the Alliance for Change also catching up with some of the folks there who were protesting today. Some of the folks protesting on that front, and good folks, we want to share some of that with you. That's the opener. That's the opener tonight. Take a look, good folks, and take a listen.
Good morning, my name is Kippy Dennis. We are here this morning. We from Borbies. 16 days as you could see. 16 days of protest in Borbies. Peaceful. As you could see, all the walkers are peaceful protest. We are not here to war. We are not here to fight nobody. All we need here to see is the president or the vice president to fight our concern to resolve this matter. That's all we need here to see because we come a long way. We have 16 days of protest in Borbies and no government official didn't come to resolve this matter here. We are here this morning to see the president or the vice president to resolve this matter. It's like overbearing for we at Sugar Walker. We come from an estate who are already closed down, pay off, reopen, and the same people who already get pay off, we want the people from that same estate to who didn't get severals. And the people who get several from the estate, they imply back these people, give them $250,000 contact, give them all the hampers, everything, and we from the same sugar belt didn't have anything. And it's unfair to us to know that we from that same estate here, and we don't have we don't have anything. And what they do to us, they come and give us a piece of paper and tell us in 3 working days, if we not turn out to work, we start to determine. We have family, we have a daily life to go ahead, and we are begging the president or the vice president to come now and resolve this problem, to look into this problem right now. So we are here this morning, we come from Kilford, peacefully, we are peaceful people. We are not saying that we are not willing to go back to Rosa, to continue, we are willing, but we get our demands, and our demands is either the several fee or give you a package that will please them to each and every worker base. Thank you.
Severance payment. Then if they want, I'll tell you now.
Right.
I'll listen to them, just take them on.
Right.
So, all them people, this 500 we're not talking about it. Them never get none out of the 2 severance.
Nothing.
Kau lagi money support. Support supermarket. Mereka tu kan orang lebih. Orang biasa, orang Cina biasa. Makes sense.
Most of the people left the
Yes,
that's about 100 or something.
That's right.
That's
right.
what I want to know about how many people.
And
50 gang were transferred from Rosa to Albion.
Yeah.
About 160 people.
Yeah, about the other one that got to play back.
Well, I can't say that.
100 and something we get transferred from Rosa to
111.
and about 70 something we have 80 something.
So it's about 300 or
Over 300.
Yeah, about
yeah, about 300 people. No, what I'm trying to calculate in my head is about how much money I got passed in budget to do this thing. So if you tell me 600, that is you got a lot of people going and so on. So what I'm trying to get at, if it is about 300 people, who we can name and identify with a little package, it is I don't know what because we can ask a motion in Parliament for sugar workers here who are affected, and we can get a little name. That's why I go on the list. Because look, you're going to talk to the CEO, sis, and all of them. They really hit hard, and they're going to pass you back straight to government because Isuko is government. So we can pass in Parliament that we would need for this 300 workers a $500,000 package each. But I don't know what is your minimum. Like the severance, some people for the severance got
4 million.
3 million, I think 2 million.
4 million.
Some got 3 point something.
some people got 3 million.
Yeah, some people have 4 million. Some people have 4 million.
So when they pay back a second severance,
Wait for high and we rate. The man you take on back, and the rate more high and we rate. Yeah, the rate more high, and then you take on, and the rate more high and we rate. How that could be fair? How them rate come more high and have this rate?
How the rate more high? Them boys wicked still. That's why you know. You understand who we're dealing with? The sugar workers and uncontented. They're not going to be contented. Public servants ain't contented either. You see the kind of country we're living in? We were heading some places, we're telling you all. But in the last 3 years, we saw a descent into decadence, decay. It is the summer of our discontent, folks. This summer, we're going to have each and every one of you on the live tonight. Good folks. That was the opener for you. That was the opener. We got quite a few things we want to share with you this evening. Let's get right to it. We got a guest going to be joining us, and we're going to be talking about some things of interest to all of us. That being said, folks, and what we're covering around the world. Glitch in Mitch. Yet again, folks. You remember the last time Mitch had a glitch? Well, it happened again today. And it's so sad to see our brother like this. Definitely there's something happening there. I'm certain you would agree with me, good folks, that there's something happening there with Mitch and the glitch. Well, they're telling us, let me find my way quickly. They're telling us that this was coming out of a conference. I want to make sure I capture it correctly. It was coming out of a conference, and Mitch McConnell was taking, of the American Congress, was taking questions from reporters. And then suddenly, good folks, Mitch stall up. You know, some people are saying Mitch is time. That's what we see some people are saying. Mitch is time to throw in the towel. Right? It is time, and this is second time in a month. This was the 32nd glitch they're telling us. And it was on the occasion of an event with the Northern Kentucky Chamber of Commerce today, folks, in a place called Covington, when he frees up. Mitch McConnell is 81 years old. Some people don't know when to go, you know. They don't know when to go. You know, we were looking at some of the events playing out there with that coup in Gabon. They tell us one of the neighboring countries. There's 90. Some people don't know when to go. Some people want a state funeral, you know. Some people want a state funeral. I was a little boy, but I saw some of them in the National Assembly in Parliament. I ain't there fighting them same jacobats, you know. Them same trench crappos. You got to know when to go. And a lot of folks saying, it's Mitch time. It's Mitch time to go. Well, let's see what happens as we go forward. Let us see what happens as we go forward. Mitch, with the glitch. You got a glitch, and ain't even going. You know, there's a lot of sick people out here, you know, and Mitch McConnell sign. Right in we own cesspool, the swamp that we got to drain. You know, a lot of sick people, you know. Oh, we are going to pasture, man. Go to pasture, man. Oh, and spend the remaining years with some dignity, some grace and class. Father of his mercies. So what we're following in the region, and we're telling you, our folks, we got some very, very cruel folks out there. Very, very cruel. 12-year-old girl, they're telling us, was birthed between her legs by a 45-year-old woman. They didn't tell us whether the woman is related to her in any way. But this is a place called Vermont, and it is in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. I think that's where this went down. And they're telling us this 12-year-old was burnt with this iron, right? And was struck also with a hammer. Like this woman from Bartica, this hammer story. Right? The woman is Josette Garraway, 45-year-old domestic, and let's have unlawfully, maliciously caused grievously bodily harm to the girl who was a student, who was at the residence rather where this took place in at the South Leeward village. You're telling us the woman is alleged to have burned the child between her legs and on her buttocks with the iron, and struck her on her feet with the hammer. What's this hammer thing of recent? Like, this is a new fad, folks. There can't be discipline. Some people just downright. You see, some of y'all said, let's ain't kill me, but some of we emotionally damaged. You gotta watch that. It's a thin line, you know, between discipline and abuse. I want you all to know that. A very, very, very thin line. But you want to watch that. St. Vincent and the Grenadines, folks, in the 592, you know, once we come here, it's problems. I want you all to know that we don't show you how these sugar workers are in some of their discontent. 16 weeks they've been on strike. 16 weeks. I want to say welcome to the folks coming into the studio. Don't tiptoe. It's a very functional studio. I think we're going to swing the camera. You can see some some folks sneaking in. Folks, what Robeson doing? I think I will ask my guests, you know, what Robeson doing? The criminals moving with impunity, robbery with impunity. And this is what we saw going down at the supermarket. I think they tell us it's just yesterday. What's happening? What's happening? We have to refuse to live with crime. Right? They promise us a crime prevention plan, and we instantly for nothing less. They tell us this is at Lusignan on the East Coast, at Hongyang supermarket. Yep, where the action went down. You know, we were going someplace in this country. We were going someplace. Now it's robbery with impunity. Them men are thinking twice. The criminal elements were being held at bay, was being pushed back, because we had a proper minister of, at that time, public security, proper minister, now Robeson. It's like one for Dali. Robeson got a glitch, you know. He got glitch too. He should go to pasture. Unless some able-bodied person come and push this thing forward. I want to show you some of what folks went down at that supermarket at Lusignan. Yep. Where Robeson? He glitching somewhere. Take a look. Take a listen. That's how it went down, folks. Robberies with impunity. What is Robeson doing? I'm fed up. Folks. I'm fed up. This is what some of y'all voted for, and you guys got to hold them at a greater accountability than the rest of us who can't take them. You got to hold them at a greater accountability. And I don't ask my guest who's already here about this, but hastening on to my guests, folks. Carnage on the road and waterways. Carnage on the road today. They're telling us this was in, I think, this was in, where was this? This was in Camberville, I think it was. 2 cars collided. 10-month-old baby lost her life in the process. They said a driver lost control. Let me just confirm where this took place. Lost control. Dennis Street, correct. Dennis Street, Sophia. Right? Dennis Street, Sophia. Lost control. One driver colliding with another vehicle there, and the injured were rushed to hospital where this 10-month-old baby was pronounced dead. Every day, little 2x4 country. This can't be natural. It can't be cross, folks. And the faster we get rid of these people, the faster we vote them out, the better for all of us. The better for all of us. They are crosses. Crosses. And I have no apology for saying that. They're crosses. The faster we vote them out, the better. A mining pit collapse. A young man loses his life just like that, It's just another day in Guyana. Just another day in the 592. Just like that. Teenage gold miner, they tell us, was caught up in this mining pit collapse at a place called Cowpen Back Dam. Cowpen Back Dam, Peroni River in Region 8. Yep. Loses his life just like that. Anthony Richard, our thoughts and prayers are with his friends, his families, and his loved ones. Lost his life like that. Occupation, health and safety, just the other day. We had another one, and another one before that, and another one before that. And then Mr. Hercules. Vic Linden. Folks, we got to arrest this. Occupation, health and safety, among other issues, I'm certain at play here. We got to arrest that. This cross, the people cross me. And again, the faster we vote them out, the better it is for all of us, for all concerned. Yep. Don't take it lightly, folks. Don't do it. Old house and old house. Schoolboys missing. Missing tonight. Right? There may be an update. He's feared to have drowned at Kamaka Beach there in Region 10. 13-year-old Hassani Mak was reportedly or is reportedly drowned at Kamaka Beach yesterday. He was in the company of 2 of his siblings, 2 adults, and another child. His mother said she was at work when they asked to go to the beach. She decided to check on them, but the phone rang out. And subsequently, around 18 hours, she got a call and was informed by this incident up to late this afternoon. They were looking for Hassani Mak, who is believed to have drowned at Kamaka Beach there in Region 10. Folks, our thoughts and prayers go out to them. I can see some of y'all saying, his cross, the cross. Again, I say the faster, folks, the faster. You see, we rid ourselves of these people. Vote them out. Vote them out. The better it's going to be for all of us. And folks, without any further ado, I have my guest here, and I don't want to waste any time in bringing my guest on this evening. Folks, share the live, smash that emoji button. We're gonna pick his brain on some of these very issues this evening because we got so much to discuss. Never dull moment in the 592. Y'all know the truth we're talking. Never a dull moment at all. Never dull moment. Never. See, without any further ado, folks, I want to welcome my guest this evening, the one and the only leader of the Alliance for Change, Member of Parliament, Shadow Minister for Agriculture, Mr. Kemraj Ramjitan, former Minister of Home Affairs, Public Security. Kemraj, first question, what's happening with crime in this country? Robes is sleeping?
Well, there have been regression in relation to a number of policies that we had. and the non-implementation of almost all the studies, surveys, and recommendations that the British security sector report had brought forward, so that we can have basically a more professional police force, a better structure for the information network that can feed the police strategic unit all the information about who and who are doing what and what they're preparing for in the criminal networks. Of course, you got to get your information networks within these crime networks. All of that we were preparing for, and a number of other recommendations dealing with police maritime unit and aviation unit. And we had wanted all of that to then be implemented at around the time when we said we were going to get the oil monies, because the British was saying that when we do these studies, don't put them on the shelves. And I had indicated that we will have the monies at that time to do all the necessaries, enhancing infrastructure, the police force, making them far more comfortable, giving them better salaries, and all the rest of it. Quite frankly, Sherrod, nothing, as far as I am aware, that was recommended during that period of tremendous amount of studies, nothing has been recommended. As a matter of fact, a lot have been taken off the scene, like the curfew. Remember, we had a curfew at 2 o'clock in the morning. Every shop must close. Liquor place, party headquarters, party in the sense of drinking rum and doing all kind of madness, and striptease joint and all kind of thing. At 2 o'clock, they had to. Today, they don't have it for the past 3 years. They took it off.
Wild West, Cameron.
I beg your pardon?
It's like the Wild West.
Oh, yes, it is. And, you know, when you were there in my ministry, Sherrod, the results of the curfew proved to have very positive impacts.
Yeah.
You know that the Friday nights, the fellas drink plenty. And the Saturday morning, a major set of domestic violence, because obviously the lady would ask them, why you come home so late? You done all the money, this, that, whatever, fights and so on. We found that when a curfew, a lot of people went home because most of the shop owners had to close down and so on. And the police enforced it. And the rates of the domestic violence during weekends dropped dramatically. The statistics are in the Ministry of Public Security. Also, the accidents, the carnage on our roads. Last weekend, 8 persons, 4 very young persons died. I think. In what yeah. And they seem not to understand that indeed halting drinking within certain hours in the morning and probably midnight, preferably, because I had argued with some of my ministry officials that it should be 12 o'clock instead of 2 o'clock in the morning. And of course, we agreed at 2 o'clock. But this is what will help. Implementing policies is what is going to help. But what you got now is a free-for-all. The businessmen who literally influence the politics and the policies of the PPP, they tell them, some of these club owners and so on, that makes millions of dollars on weekends, allow us to make our millions. But they do not understand that a culture then evolve all around. So even if their shops, you know, they're in the city and whatever, it creates a culture whereby all around in West Coast, East Coast, West Coast Babies, quarantine, everybody, you know, want to open at every hour of the night. And then they go and they don't have designated drivers. And then they go and knock into trucks, and we lose tremendously. Not only the destruction of property, but the destruction of lives. 19 years, 20 years, 18 years, dying. And that is what is happening. And when you ask them what is the policy, they don't have any. They're saying that indeed it is individual responsibility. Now, I had put a lot of blame in my ministry and my tenure, and my term, in individual responsibility. We have to. But the state, like a good parent, must also have the obligation to ensure that things are put in place so that they can go home. And if they ain't go home, you're going to lock them up for 6-7 hours until they sober up, and then they could drive back their vehicles and go home the next morning. And we used to do that, but and the crime situation. Look, crime could only be solved by better economics too. But forget the economics. When you have people doing crime, one of the reasons, apart from the economic impulse of going to thief and do all kind of wickedness and so on, is the fact that they feel that they will not be caught. The impunity that comes with the fact of unprofessionalism all around. So they feel that if I go and do this and I go and do that, I ain't gonna get catch, or I gonna bribe my way out of it, or I gonna get people who will do illegalities on my behalf, and then they can get off. And that is what is happening. We have to stamp the authority of the police force on curbing this crime with professionalism. And I'm not seeing that these days. And that is why crime will rise, and it will, because also contributing factor being the economics. A lot of people saying that they got to steal to mind the picnic.
Correct.
To mind
And
the
we saw
children.
some of that last night. We showed right here in this program, women stealing bags.
Yeah. And it is amazing that it is not being addressed. Look what we had as the president saying, that the opposition wants us to go and feed people with the loans that we're borrowing rather than to have infrastructure works. One of the most distinctly crazy things that I've heard from Jagdeo, making the statement that, we should not feed people.
People only want to eat all the time.
Oh, yes.
Our policies are based on eating.
Boss, if people ain't got food, they're going to be hungry. And hungry people are angry people. And angry people utilize all methods to ensure that they can take it out on people who they see get belly full food. And they go want thief from them. They might want even for bondong from them, and so on. And so you got to be careful, because in a democracy, as in life generally, it's a very fragile thing. And the balance all across is so fragile. You got to maintain that people are happy all the time, or at least have a hope. Hope is important. But a lot of people are not seeing hope. Guyana is now regarded as one of the richest countries in South America, in the Americas. And a lot of people, like I've been speaking whole day today to the sugar workers. You know how much they're working for? $29,000, $2,900 a day. How they can mine picnic and pay rent and buy food and all kind of thing? $2,900. And we had a lady who was talking on behalf of her husband, making all these points. Sherrod, it is really, really hard. And when I tell some of the PPP boys and the PPP strings and so on, they said that me mad. In Parliament, you were there when I said that to Ashni Singh. Ashni Singh said that I went to a wrong market. That is lie. Remember in Parliament, the last budget?
He said he went to a market in Region 6 and a woman tell him everything is okay.
Honky-dory. And he lied. But this is what they do. And I feel that this thing is not going right at all, because the PPP simply don't know how to govern, and they just don't know how to come up with policies. It is an adhocracy we have, not a democracy. Whenever people now start rowing and quarreling with them, they go run, go give them some hampers. They go run, go give them $250,000 and so on. And then there is no accountability as to who and who they give. All these sugar workers today, tell me, none of them ever got the $250,000 compensation package that could have made life better for them.
Is that the heart of this 16 weeks protest that we see?
Well, I don't know if it's 16 weeks. They told me that it's about the 12th day that they are on this strike.
16 days, sorry, yeah.
15 days, not weeks. Yeah. And so, that is behind the heart of it. Because remember the history of it. After we right-sized the sugar industry, a number of them indicated that they will go and work. These are the sugar workers who are living in and around Rosal Kanji estate. So because we closed down that estate, because it was not profitable, so badly profitable, derelict equipment, a whole set of things, just like Wales Estate, some of them decided they will go to Albion and some will go to Blairmont. Now they have reopened the thing. They spent about $3 billion behind Rosal Estate, and they want to bring back the people there. So the people are saying that, look, the other people y'all had paid severance to, they're now being allowed to come back to the estate. When we gonna come back here, it looked like we will have suffered double loss, although we were in continuous employment trying to save even the right-sized Gaisuko. So we need a compensatory package, even if you're not calling it severance. And it indeed is an important thing for fairness reasons, or reasons of fairness. Because they continuously work, times have gotten bad, and those who walked away from cutting the cane,
package.
They got 2 packages. We gave them their severance, and some got up to $2 million, $3 million, and so on. And then when the PPP won the elections, the PPP felt that they didn't get new employment and so on, but that's a lie. Necessity is the mother of invention, and they went back, and they got some by car with the money, some by minibus and a whole set of things. But the PPP, on top of that, loaded them with an extra $250 million compensation package. But these guys, almost 349 of them, ain't got nothing. They didn't take the severance, neither did they get the compensation package to ease them out of the harshness and so on, especially that COVID period and so on. What do we have now? These people are without anything. And you know, this government this morning, first, before I talk about the government, let me talk about GAU. The people went to picket GAU. They were begging GAU to talk to them some time ago. GAU simply don't want to talk to them. Today they come till Georgetown, in front of Kingston head office of GAU. GAU shut the gates to the cane cutters. Could you imagine that? The representative organizations for trade union matters and their union, who they pay dues every time.
That's what they said this morning. They're paying the money, but GAU not representing them. GAU siding with the government.
That's right. And then they went 3 or 4 occasions. I was present when they went, and nothing happened. A girl first came and said that they ain't turned up to work yet. The boss is them. Sipal Narayan and all of them, other big jabat them. They've not come. 9 o'clock come, 10 o'clock come. The people went back. None of them want to talk to them. So they then went now and start protesting, in front of the office of the president. In Vlissingen Road at the back there. And do you know that none of the office, no minister, because agriculture minister is just next door to the office of the president. You know that, in Regent Street there.
Correct.
Nobody can come and talk to the people. Sugar workers, you know. And they are saying that everything honky-dory in this country.
But Cameron, why do you feel there's that reluctance? Zulfikar, Irfan, Jagdeo, why are they so reluctant now to talk to sugar workers in particular?
I really do not understand. I'm trying to work it out. I know that quite a few of those sugar workers, of the set of names they gave me, about 390-something names and so on, a number of them are black sugar workers. I hope to God that is not a reason why they don't want to talk to them, because a majority might very well be black people. Because all across their policies, whatever their policies, are reflecting an ethnic pattern about it, a racial pattern about it. Just like what Freddie Kisuna had indicated, that Jagdeo, what kind of ideologue he is, and very racial, and then did a study to prove it. Well, we also have a fellow named Constantine now, a professor. I've gotten a report. Again, he is making the point that indeed this thing could have a racial turn about it, especially the policies of the PPP in its distribution of resources under the fishermen relief, the COVID relief, the flood relief, and so on. And now relief indeed for sugar workers like them. It could have that element. But the other element is that I rather suspect that this government don't find it as a matter of urgent public importance and as a matter of good policy that it must give monies for people to just survive. Why does it do it for the social assistance and all of that? These sugar workers are not, it is very difficult for them when the high cost of living and inflation and so on.
Everybody crying out, Kebraj.
Exactly.
Everybody's crying out.
Yeah. And why you don't want to meet them? I believe too, the third reason is arrogance. They're now getting power there. And they
Irfan
feel
said he's humble, man. Irfan? Arrogant?
Look, listen to me. Irfan today, you remember when he was asked by, I think, Dennis Chabral,
correct,
why you don't go and meet the opposition leader? He said that he don't want to meet the opposition leader. And then when Chabral asked the question, why Miss Sarah Ann Lynch would like to be like a broker meetings with the opposition leader, he said, I don't need the brokering meeting through the Sarah Lynch and them. He can pick up the phone and talk to me. But he lying. Look, them sugar workers, since in Kanji, they were begging to meet the president or the minister of agriculture. They never want to go and talk to the sugar workers. The sugar workers left Kanji, went to New Amsterdam, in front of Freedom House in New Amsterdam. No minister, no senior government official or the president went and talked to them. They left that area and they come to Jarchung in front of Gau. One of the chants is that we want to talk to the president. We want to talk to the agriculture minister. Nobody want to talk to. And this man, the president now, go in and say that, look, you just got to pick up the phone and call me, Aubrey Norton. Just got to call me. Then people left so far, Ghana in front of your office of the president, right up to 3 o'clock today. Then people were protesting there. No senior government official from agriculture, Gaisuko, or the president's office went and talked to them.
And this is an Irfan who says he likes to talk to the people directly.
Yes. Yeah. And he did not turn up. So it is all hollow whenever he utters statements that I want to engage. It is all hollow and shallow. And it's a big set of disinformation and misinformation that he's spreading about himself. But then this is what they thrive on. People are going to listen to them and say, but you know, they buy one for talk. How come you don't talk to your base supporters, man? All of them must vote for PPP there. All of them that are protesting vote for PPP. And they ain't talking. Well, that is why, if you weren't there, I must tell you that when Wells there, a lot of them said they're done with them. Of course, I had to tell them that y'all is taxer. As soon as you go into the polling station and all you see the cup, are you going to run a little mad and go straight from the cup? And you must stay home now. Don't go there and let the madness run in you. So the important thing here is for them to understand the hard way about the arrogance of the PPP and how they don't want to talk. But I am still urging, because these fellas are punishing bad. And it is important that the government go and talk to them and work out some package. And a number of other scores too. Because when they shifted these people across the other estates, even whilst we were in government, they were told that, you know, by the PPP then, Anil Nandalal went and gave big speech and said that because they gone to a estate that is 10 miles away, that is regarded as a different contract of employment, and they got to get redundancy. They become redundant, and as a result of that, they should get a severance payment.
Anil didn't care the matter to court. And they were righting wrongs.
Exactly. And now they're in government, and we didn't have the oil monies. As a matter of fact, we told them that we're going to pay, but we don't have the money now. Now they got the money, and they were making the legal argument that 10 miles away does not mean as the crow flies directly from chimney to chimney to chimney, Albion to Blaymont to Rosal.
Mm-hmm.
But you got to now to use a truck and so on, and then it takes sometimes 20 miles, 21 miles, 15, and that's more than the 10 miles. You know, so they're entitled to at least some benefit if you, on fairness grounds, say, well, yes, these fellows should get some money. They don't want to give them. Now they make up the factory there, rehabilitate it and all of that, and they're not going to get workers to go and work. I mean, that is a different issue from the one of the hardships that we will now argue that they should get some benefit.
Yeah.
But Jesus, they must understand that these people, they, the government that is, have an obligation to help them out. But they don't want to listen.
Kemraj, on the note of hardships, the penultimate sitting of the National Assembly actually said that the $5 billion that they appropriated in the 2023 budget since in February this year, they have not begun spending that money. They appropriated that to do precisely what we're discussing here, to try to bring down the cost of living by implementing certain programs. Are you surprised by how much they care?
Well, you know, when we say that they're going to thief that $5 billion out from that consolidated fund by a variety of means, and they can do that because money is fungible, they could put it somewhere else and do all kinds of things. Or they could just give their support base and so on.
And Jack, you're good at that.
And they're very good at that. They're very good at that. Well, if I say that, they're going to vex and so on. But why now, when you have people suffering, about 390 workers, you do at least some package with them? Why you don't want to do that? Of course, you might want to say that if we do that, we will be forced to do for the teachers and so on. I agree. But right now, the people are asking for a package. Help them out and work out with Ms. Coretta McDonald and them the better package for teachers and nurses and policemen and everybody.
Yeah.
But these people don't want to care. That is why we go back to what Jagdeo recently said. The monies will go for infrastructural works.
Yeah, we only want to eat.
Yes.
We only want to eat all the time.
And remember, in our administration, they run to the bottom houses of these sugar workers. And they say, look now, they make road. Are you going to eat road? Today, they're making 10 times more roads than us because they got the oil money. And the people are starving and protesting. People are going to get angry in this country. And there will be an implosion. Take it from me.
Yep. That being said, Kemraj, you brought Sarah Ann Lynch into the discussion early on. I know you can take the high road on this particular question here. A broad view of her tenure as ambassador here. She spoke on Gordon Mosley's program quite recently on the local parties meeting. She made the point that, you know, things are moving towards inclusivity. The day after that, Irvin said that, you know, he got meet with Norton. You know, he shaking the foundations with beauty and grace. Here's some of what Sarah Lynch said. I'd love to have you taking it on the other side.
But you know what? Many of them are talking. They're not talking to each other. They may be talking about each other. So do you see a role for the U.S. To sort of brokerage discussions between these key players? Because on one side, you're talking one Guyana. On the other side, you're talking about discrimination in one Guyana and parts of Guyana not getting a fair share of the economic bloom that we're seeing. So do you see a role for the U.S. in brokeraging discussions between them?
The U.S. stands ready to help in that role, for sure. I think open dialogue, frank discussions are very important. And I think bringing the people together is key to the success, the ultimate success of Guyana. So certainly the U.S. stands ready to do whatever we can to bring all parties together.
A broad sweep of her tenure as ambassador of the United States to Guyana, Ambassador Sarah Ann Lynch.
Look, she would have been very embarrassed to the answer given by Irfan Ali today and yesterday. She must have been stunned by that kind of answer, especially knowing that Irfan must have listened to what she was trying to say as a diplomat. But then these, what you call acute intellectual capacities, are sometimes missing in the passion to respond. They don't think through their responses. And I find that that's sometimes a necessary, an untoward kind of attribute. But I must say it because I see it in Irfan and especially Jagdeo. They allow reason to fly over their shoulders, and a lot of passion and nonsense then takes over. Look, indeed, everybody in this country know, and everybody outside of this country know, that we have a polarized politics at this moment in Guyana's history. And it is required that there be brokerages in relation to having dialogue and engagement between the two parties. When you're going to have a president that say he could pick up the phone and he could call me, and then when you get sugar workers coming to his office of the president and he don't want to talk to them, what kind of nonsense is that? People can say, well, what really are you talking about? And then they're going to know them for what they are. Look, I know of the period prior to 2011 when a lot of things were happening in Guyana and we were trying to broker talks. I was one in the PPP that was pleading with them, talk to the PNC. That's one of the reasons that Jack, they don't like me too. Oh, you take a softer course on these people, you know, and they love to talk about, look, black people in this country will be humiliated by this administration, the way they're carrying on. And we know of that politics that is dominating. Why you don't want somebody that is powerful like the Americans to lead you into discussions? It's when the implosion gonna happen, like it happened sometime in the past. Then you're gonna beg the Americans, come in now and talk, and get them to come and talk to me at the office of the president. Then is when you're gonna wait. This is so stupid. I mean, the human being is a stupid organism. But the trouble is that we are stretching it to different heights when people are going to make that kind of statement and then embarrass the diplomats or the chief diplomat amongst the countries that are in Guyana with ambassadors. So they, as I said, they don't mean what they say. And when they come out with that kind of face and give you the impression that they mean it, they don't mean it. And, you know, I saw them giving speeches at Roger Lunchan's funeral. Roger Lunchan, myself, and people like Lionel Peters and the young brass within the PPP then were saying that Roger Lunchan should be the next general secretary of the party and its president. If you see the trouble we had after that,
talk to us, Kevin.
Black man must ever run the PPP. You matter what, Ramzatan, what would you ask, do you? All kind of thing. And today, look how they, you know.
So Hawaiian.
Oh, yes. If you know how they're praising the man. And when the man had an opportunity, they said that the man read by, but he black. That is why this whole argument about racism in the PPP, it must not go as if it is without merit. I have seen that. And the way they treated, and that is why I was very close to Roger Lunchan. That is why I found myself at the Arthur Chung Center there listening to some of these guys and how they're now trying to you know, get on with decorum with him and so on. But Roger knew that how this racism inside of that party is huge. And when you speak about it, and that is why he stepped back himself and he said, I can be president without being president. And he was literally like that. He was smart enough. And so all this thing about how they want one Guyana is a lot of hollow things when you know meritoriously check on them. What was their history and all of that. And that is why some of the things that, you know, you see today, you got to speak out against, because you know that is not the true intention behind it. Although it is nice words and all of that, they're not going to do it. And that is the test of it today. I can talk to Norton. Norton just got to pick up the phone. I am open. Sugar workers in their hundreds come to you and you didn't pick up the phone to talk to them. You didn't come out as Chetty Jagan would have done. No. All of them feel like greater than Chetty now. All of them. And that is where they're going to pay a price the next elections for that. They're going to pay a big, big price because they take the eyes and pass people. And every other day, Stabrook News carrying the 38th edition of Cost of Living. Whole set of people in Guyana talking about it. and they tell themselves that the Guyanese people lying on them.
Mm-hmm.
That is what Ashley Singh says in Parliament all the time. So we have so much disinformation and lies coming and fake news and all kind of thing coming from that government. We got to be very careful. And all the good things that they talk and they will do and so on, they got certain friends and family and flatterers and favorites. Yes, they got them people who are enjoying the benefits of the day, and a whole set of other Guyanese, nothing. They got protests and protests and protests.
Excellent. Cameron Ramjasan, leader of the Alliance for Change, Member of Parliament, Shadow Minister for Agriculture, former Minister of Public Security. Thank you so much for spending this time with us. As always, putting these issues into context. Please, don't be such a stranger.
All right, thank you.
Have a great evening, sir.
Take care.
All right, there you have it, folks. The man himself, the one and only, who says it as it is. I wish we had some more time to pick his brain on some other things. So share the live, smash that emoji button before you go, folks. And no, we don't run on water here, folks. That is why we often ask for your help.
Want to keep getting the best in the ring?
Let's fight!
Yes! You can help us to keep going by partnering with us through your contributions. And it's easy. Send us a daily, weekly, or monthly donation, whichever is most convenient to you. Cash App at $in-the-ring592, Zelle and PayPal in-the-ring592@gmail.com, or WhatsApp us on 627-6963 for how to contribute via MoneyGram and Western Union and for MMG payments.
That's our time, folks. Until we see you guys on the next broadcast. Take good care and stay safe. That's our time.